in my own head, I can only imagine having to come into an office and disrobe and expose the one thing that you're self-conscious about to somebody else, particularly somebody of the opposite sex. For me, that for a woman not only takes courage, but also it takes somebody else on the other end understanding what they're going through. And for me, that's trying to make the woman feel comfortable, trying to make her feel that she's somewhere she can trust people. So when I come into that room, I'm very gentle and I'm very laid back as far as let you come to me, let you take your time opening up to me and tell me what's bothering you. That way it's very relaxing for them and they feel very comfortable to talk to me about what's bothering them versus coming in and saying, take off your clothes, I want to know what's bothering you. That's not the way to talk to these women. These women want somebody that's going to listen to them and somebody that's going to put them kind of in that trust zone, that zone where they feel comfortable enough to talk about what's bothering them.
Where'd that come from? Because believe me, I'm a guy and I don't listen enough to my wife.
It's something that I've learned as far as one thing that's going to keep you out of trouble in anything, any sort of relationship, is just listening to what somebody wants. And if you're a good listener in this field, or anything in life, you'll be able to help people. But if you don't listen, you're going to be set off in a completely wrong direction. You may have no idea what the person in front of you really wants. So the first thing I do when I come in the room is listen, because I don't want to taint what they came in here for. I don't want to steer them in a direction. I want to know where they're at and what's bothering them. Then I'll take them on a journey and say, okay, I understand what's bothering you, let's fix it. But if I come in saying right away, oh, this is wrong with you and you got to fix this and that, then in their head they're going to think, oh, maybe this is what's wrong with me, but that's not why they're here. So I want them to tell me what's bothering you, what do you know, and then I will kind of complete the puzzle for them.
Do you ever find yourself in a position where you're listening but you're just not hearing the right things, like a person doesn't know what they want?
That's an interesting question. Yeah, there's a lot of times where patients will come in with either A, wrong information, or B, confused, and in that instance you have to be able to lead them a little bit and take their hand. But at that point, that's why I listen. I want to see where they're at in this whole thing. I will ask them, what do you know? That's one of my first questions. What do you know and what don't you know? Do you know anything about it at all? The procedure?
I mean,
the types?
I've read a lot of stuff like online, and I've also seen a lot of scary things.
Because I want to know where they're at in this whole picture. They may have been on 4 or 5 consultations before they got here. They may have been on none. They may have watched TV. They may have been on the internet. Some of them know nothing. Some of them know everything. And you really have to figure out where they're at in this kind of whole process so that you can lead them in the right direction. Because a lot of them come in here, you know, either confused or with wrong information.
In real life, I just don't understand when people come and they're like, oh, fix my boob job. I'm like, well, isn't it whoever messed you up, isn't it their job to like fix you? I don't understand. Like they just walk away, they're like, oh yeah, sorry, I did a bad job.
I think that the question you have to ask yourself is, if they didn't do it right the first time, are they going to get it right the second time, or is it going to be worse? And I think that's what happens with a lot of women, is they end up, you know, maybe, okay, I'll try it one more time because they're going to give me a deal to fix it, and it ends up a little worse, and or they already lost that trust.
Right. Because
you're putting your trust in my hands instead of seeing it as an art form and helping people. People are seeing dollar signs. People that aren't plastic surgeons, people that are neurosurgeons, people that are skin doctors, people that are regular doctors are out there doing things, and they don't see it as an art, they see it as dollar signs. And that's not the way that this is supposed to be. This is supposed to be about helping people, making people feel better about themselves and changing lives. The reason I want to talk to people to say, make sure you talk to your doctor, and he's really passionate about this. And what I told you, he listens to you. He wants to know what bothers you, not him, and then you'll understand the art of plastic surgery, and you'll get something that's really going to be what you want and change the life in a way that you came in for. Not the way the doctor wanted, but the way that you want your life changed.